Hey beauts, welcome to Pretty Scary, the channel where I bring you budget-friendly, easy to follow makeup tutorials that you can do at home. And today it's day 15 of 31 days of Halloween, and we have this glorious character from American Horror Story Cult. The character wears a mask, but I've done it as a makeup, so if you would like to know how to recreate this, keep watching. Start off by blocking out your brows and then covering your face entirely with a layer of white water-based face paint. As this is a mask, you only need to do your face and not the rest of your body. Define the edges with a brush and use the brush also to get into those hard to reach places like around your eyes. I then use Snazaroo Clown White to go over my brows because it covers the brows a lot better than the water-based face paint does because it's a cream face paint. I made sure I powdered that in place as well because cream makeup does need setting. I then mixed a yellow and a brown water-based face paint with a lot of water, and I stippled that all over because from the reference pictures the mask did look a little bit grubby and not a pristine white. I then went in with a taupey coloured eyeshadow and dirtied it up even more. Using that same shade, I then carved out my cheekbones because the mask does seem to have quite prominent cheekbones and quite a distinctive bone structure. In fact, if you can say that a mask has got a bone structure, but you know what I'm saying. And I used the same colour to carve out the shape of the eyes. Use a reference photograph so you can see exactly how the mask looks. I then use a slightly deeper brown shade just to deepen up some of those shadows in the deeper areas, funnily enough. So you want to create a gradient effect basically like you do with any kind of shading. And then using a finer brush and a smoky black shade, I then created some really deep areas. I then used that original taupey shade on a very fluffy brush to create the cheek shape that you can see on the mask. And then some black water-based face paint to create the nostrils because this mask does have some rather large nostrils going on. The majority of the masks in American Horror Story are clown based and this one is no exception. So I'm just drawing in the clown makeup using first of all an eyeshadow shade because you will be going in with a black water based face paint, and if you draw it out with the eyeshadow first that helps eliminate any room for error because it's a lot easier to clean up than black face paint on a white base. Although you will see later that I do have to clean up white face paint on a black base, and I will show you how I do that. She's got some very, very distinctive eyebrows, so I'm just painting those in. The hardest part of this is getting it kind of symmetrical, but just take your time. And then just fill in all of those areas with your black water-based face paint. You could also use a black liquid eyeliner if you don't have any face paint, that would work just as well. Use a fine artist brush just to clean up any edges and make sure it's as pristine as possible. And here is where I went wrong. So I was doing these slightly winged eyeliner effects and yeah, this happened. So all I did was I grabbed a cotton bud, I rubbed it away, and then I just replaced the white base on a small brush. Easy. Now time to draw the fetishy style ball in the mouth contraption that this mask appears to be sporting. So first of all, drawing the O-rings, are they called? I'm not really sure what these things are called because, yeah, not really my area. But yeah, drawing those in first, then drawing the straps in. I'm just using a red lip pencil, and the character has a very round mouth, a bit like a blow-up doll, so just drawing that in. And then filling those straps in with a black water-based face paint. And then taking a silver just to colour in those metal rings. You will be adding some detail to this. I know they're looking a little bit flat at the moment. Take some white face paint and that detail artist brush that you used earlier, and just paint some little shines. Oh god, I don't know, you see what I'm saying. And then paint the little clips on that are holding the ring in place. Use a darker shade to create a nice shadow on that ring. You want to create the look of shiny metal basically. And then taking some clown white and just stippling that over the clown makeup, because on the mask in the reference picture it did look a bit grunged up, not perfect and black. And also the eyes were a little bit red around them, so I'm just lining with that red lip liner. Painting in those blow-up doll lips with some red liquid lipstick. You could use red face paint if you prefer. I did actually go over it with red face paint because my liquid lipstick was kind of running out. And then I used some clown white just to add a little bit of dimension on those lips, and also to add some dimension on those straps. I then realised there's a little bit of shading under those lips, so I just added that in before starting to draw out the costume. Now you could just make a costume and wear it as normal people would do, but I didn't have anything suitable because I don't really have any pink leather straps hanging around my house, so I just decided to draw it in with some face paint instead. So this is all pretty self-explanatory, so you literally just paint it in and then detail it with some shadowing. And yes, so I should just leave you to watch and I shall shut up for a moment. You also want to create some shadowing around that strap to give the illusion that it is 3D on the skin and it's casting a shadow. See how that just kind of brings it to life? Now the character wears a kind of a clowny harlequin style dress, which has got some lace at the top. So I just painted some lace on my chest off camera, because painting the lace on my chest on camera might have been a little bit X-rated. So you will just see me adding in the final detailing on the lace in a moment. Don't forget to add those shadows underneath the straps on the mask as well, because those straps are 3D. And there we go, there's me adding the shadowing on the top of the lace dress. For the actual lace itself, I literally just kind of stippled on some grey onto that light grey base in a haphazard fashion, rather than painting on every single bit of lace, which would have just taken forever, and it worked really, really well. A little bit of shading on the inside of those lips, and we are done. This is a bit of a weird one. I wanted to do a makeup from American Horror Story. A lot of people had done the beehive look from the promos, so I wanted to be different. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe. Join me tomorrow for the next day of 31 Days of Halloween. Love ya.